Welcome back to Fallout, the board game. I'm doing a two-player playthrough with the Ghoul, which is us, and the Super Mutant, which is our opponent. First 1 to 10 influence, of course, will win the game. And we have the Brotherhood of Steel, represented by stars on the board, and we have the Enclave, represented by shields. And yet we have a Deathclaw, a Super Mutant Skirmisher, we have a Regulator, a Bounty Hunter, lots of nasties on the board, and even a Feral Ghoul. And so let's begin. We start off with the Ghoul. We are situated here in the Raider camp, and so we have to decide what it is we'd like to do. Alright, I think we want to take a move action first, so we're going to move away from the Regulator one step into this space, which is adjacent to this hex, and for a second action, we're going to explore. Now we still have one movement left, so let's explore this tile. Ooh, it's looking nasty, and we're going to have a bug showing up. Vault 84. Alright, well, we have a vault on the map, but we have lots of hostile, hard to move into terrain, which is a bit of a problem, because I only have one movement point left, and it takes 2 movement to move into the terrain tile. And so, wow, I don't even know what I want to do now. I guess I could move back to the, I think I'm going to move back to the Raider camp, because if this guy activates, he's not going to get his ranged ability at me, which is 1 guaranteed hit. And so that was basically it for the Ghoul. We're trying to get down to Megaton. That kind of nerfed us, though. As far as getting down there, there's a nice route here the Super Mutant can take, but I don't know if he's heading in that direction. I guess we'll find out, because coming up right now is going to be the Super Mutant's turn. And the Super Mutant is going to take a move action first, giving him 2 movement. He's going to move onto the highway. Whoops, I didn't. Oh, man. I forgot. Let's do it now. Before he takes his turn, yes, we had a bug icon show up, so we need to populate the board with a Radscorpion. It is only a level 1, and it's aggressive. Okay, and it's on the road location. Well, that's pretty easily handled, I think, by the Super Mutant. So I think he's going to move in here. So he is going to take a move action first. He moves in. He's immediately attacked by the Radscorpion, which doesn't take an attack action. For the simple fact that this Radscorpion is aggressive. So we're going to have a dice fest here. We're going to have the Super Mutant being attacked by the Radscorpion, and so I'm going to get out the dice tray, and we're going to roll up that attack. So if we look again at the Radscorpion, we need to do only 1 hit to him, arms or legs. It doesn't drop any loot, and that little symbol there means if you don't defeat it, I do believe it runs away. It retreats. If you fail to kill the enemy, it's flipped face down, becoming inactive. So it will run away if you don't kill it. All right, let's get out the dice tray. Let's have that attack. All right, so the Super Mutant is looking for arms and legs. He has nothing he can do as far as re-rolls or anything either, so it's just a straight-up roll. And, oh, man, did he get hit by the Radscorpion. Holy, okay. Good thing the Radscorpion was only a level 1. Now, we did hit him in the legs twice, so he kills the Radscorpion, no problem at all. But he's going to take 1, 2, 3, 4. He takes 5 hits from the Radscorpion. The Radscorpion's level 1. He's going to take 5 damage. Wow. And he still has 1 movement point left and an action left as well. So let's give him his experience, and then we're going to have to populate another bug on the board. So let's go to his player area and deal with the ramifications of him taking out the Radscorpion. All right, unfortunately for the Super Mutant, fortunately for the Ghoul, it's good for us, he's taken 5 hits from the Radscorpion. So he's going to go from 16 hit points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down to 11 hit points. Wow, that was painful for the Super Mutant. So that takes care of his hits. Now, he did kill the Radscorpion, so that gives him 1 experience. All right, and he's going to go from the XP spot to the S spot. So he needs 2 more experience to level up. And that's it for the Radscorpion. Away it goes. And yes, we need to populate the board with another bug. So there was no loot dropped or anything, so let's go back to the board. We're going to populate the bug. The Super Mutant still has... oh no, he's done... well no, he's only moved one space. So he still has one more movement and one more action. Alright, so the Super Mutant, before we do anything else, we're going to put another bug on the board. Bug token. Alright, he has one more movement and one more action, because that attack was because the monster was aggressive. So with his one more action, he can interrupt his move. He moved one space. So for an action, he's going to explore this tile. And this tile is the Super Duper Mart. Oops, with another raider appearing on it. Okay, so Super Duper Mart shows up on the board with a face-up raider. And the face-up raider is going to be Raider Scum. Ooh, it has a shield. It's going to absorb 1 hit point of damage. It only is a level 1 and it's ranged. Okay, in the Super Duper Mart. Now, the Super Mutant has one more move he can do. So that was his second action. He still has one more movement point. He wanted to move up there. Is that... yeah, he's going to move up here. He's going to move up here, risking the Raider Scum attacking him from ranged. He's tough. He can take it. All right, that was the Ghoul taking a turn. That was the Super Mutant taking a turn. So now it's the end of the turn. So I'm going to back the camera out a bit. We're going to look at the next agenda card and see which of the enemies on the board will activate. All right, let's have activation of enemies. We take the next agenda card, and it's going to be, the Star, which is represented by the Brotherhood of Steel. And nobody's loyal to Brotherhood of Steel yet. And robots. Okay, I do not believe we have any robots on the board yet. All right, good for us. So the only movement is going to be the Brotherhood of Steel. They're going to move right here because that gives them access to go the quick route up to either the Ghoul or the Super Mutant. So these guys are not... we're not allied with either Brotherhood or Enclave, neither the Ghoul or Super Mutant yet. And like I said, there's no robots. We have a Deathclaw, we have a Super Mutant, we have now 3 Raiders on the board, and we have another and 2 bugs, one face down, one face up. So those are the enemies on the board, and that's all the activations. So we're going to be going right into another turn, starting with... we're going to be starting with the Ghoul. And so, all right, I have to think about this. We're going to come back. The Ghoul is going to have another turn. And it's a pretty simple turn for the Ghoul. The Ghoul is going to move twice, which means you can move 2 spaces and then move again. So he can move a total of 4 spaces because he's going to use the move activation twice. So he's going to go 1, 2 here, 3 and 4 to Megaton. But that's the end of his turn. But he's in Megaton now. That's where he wanted to get to, or where we wanted to get to. We could have taken a camp action. We might do it first and then do an encounter in Megaton afterwards. But that very quickly then takes us to the Super Mutant. And what's the Super Mutant going to do? I'm not 100% sure. We're going to come right back and find out. Well, it looks like the Super Mutant was really trying to get to that Vertibird, and I think what he's going to do is he's going to move first. He's going to move 1, 2, and for his second action, he will activate this tile. He's going to explore it, and it has a bug and a tower and some really tough terrain to get over there. All right. Now, the Vertibird crashed here somewhere, and I think, although I'm going to have to check some Board Game Geek stuff, I think you can place this crashed Vertibird in any location. We do have a face-up bug opponent appearing, and so we're going to do that right away. And we get a rad roach, giving you 1 radiation, which would give the Super Mutant an experience. Only level 1, have to hit it in the arms and the legs. All right. It appears here. It's not aggressive, though. So that's basically all the Super Mutant can do. And I think, where is he going to put the crashed Vertibird? Let me just check the rules, or check the forums, and see if you can place this token wherever you like. I think you can, but I'm going to come right back with a decision. All right, and it looks like, checking the forums and stuff quickly, that the player that revealed the tile that has the quest token on it gets to put the token wherever they want. Well, he's going to put it right here in the rough terrain area. Makes sense, the Vertibird crashed there, so there it is, crashed. And that now is the end of another round, which means we're going to have to flip an agenda card and see which of the enemies on the board activate. All right, let's see which enemies activate, and we flip it over. This time only Super Mutants. That's the Super Mutant symbol, and we only have Super Mutants activating, and there's only one on the entire board, and it is right here. Because the rest we have 3 bugs now, we have 3 raiders, a Deathclaw, and only 1 Super Mutant. So this guy we have to decide where he's going. I think he's closest to the Ghoul and Megaton, which would be 1, 2, 3. Otherwise he could go 1. Actually, he's equidistance between both of them. So he'll actually go onto this tile. Why not? Because now he's only... Oh, hang on, that would be 1, 2 away from the Ghoul, 3 away. So he's closest to go here to be next to the Ghoul. Ooh, that's nasty because this guy's got a ranged icon on him. So if he activates and we're still in Megaton, he is going to attack us. That is not good. All right, well, that's the end of another round. Of course, I'll check the time, but I think we've got lots of time left for this episode. I'm trying to keep the episodes between 20 and 30 minutes long. I don't want them to drag out any longer than that. So we're going to come right back, and then we're going to have the Ghoul take another turn for our next round. All right, and so here we are as the Ghoul in Megaton. Welcome to Megaton. Okay, yeah. Oh, that was terrible. I know. So we're going to go ahead for our first of 2 actions. And we are going to do what is referred to as a quest action. So we're going to take a quest action, complete 1 quest objective. If no enemy is present, there's no enemy in Megaton, we can complete a quest objective. So we're going to look at the Welcome to the Capital Wasteland card, and we are going to successfully complete the second part as the Ghoul. All right, so we as the Ghoul have done part 2 of this quest card, and it says find someone who knows what the hell just happened in Megaton. So we ask around in Megaton, try and find out what happens. So we are going to advance the Brotherhood of Steel is going to advance once on the track, and then we're going to place a Enclave shield on Project Purity. Then we're going to get 2 loot, and then we're going to stage 48 and 67 and trash this card. All right, so let's get doing all of those things. All right, so the first thing on the tracker here, we are going to advance the Brotherhood of Steel 1 spot farther down. So they're going to move 1 space now farther ahead of the Enclave on the track. That was the first part of the card. Now we're going to place a shield token on Project Purity. So here is Project Purity, and we have an Enclave member showing up in this location. I got a bad feeling about that. All right, continuing on with the card. The good thing now is we get 2 loot as the Ghoul. So let's back out the camera, and we're going to collect 2 loot. All right, so let's collect a couple of loot for completing that quest. And the 2 loot we get, oh, good stuff. We get some metal armor. Charisma and agility do not generate rerolls. Oh. Okay, but it does give us 1 armor, so we can equip that in our armor slot. We may as well. And we get some junk, and junk is not too bad to have. During your turn, you may discard this card and another junk card to gain 1 card of your choice from the shop or from the loot or shop discard piles. All right, that's our second bit of inventory. Let's not forget we have Grognok the Barbarian, and we could camp now and use this ability. Ooh, do we want to do that? I don't know. But anyway, we're still on our first action. We have done the quest action from Megaton. So now we have to stage cards 48 and 67. So let's go ahead and do that next. All right, so I'm going to partially hide some information, but not a lot of it. So we'll see how this goes. So staging card 48 is a shaky lead. It says the Enclave was long believed to be dead and gone, so their Vertibird soaring over the capital Wasteland has set Megaton abuzz. You get a lead, but it's shaky. An intelligent super mutant appeared in the city around the same time. He spoke of a personal quest to ensure the safety and the survival of all, then disappeared into the hills. And so our option 1 is super mutant. Nope. Help any Enclave survivors instead. So you can do a quest action at the wreck, which is close to the super mutant. And what's that going to do? That will push the Enclave marker one step down the track, and there's a bunch of other stuff. All right, let's look at the second option on the card. And the second option on the card says track down and assist this super mutant. And that is if you do a quest action at Vault 84. We have exposed Vault 84 now. We know where it is on the map. It just showed up. And if we go and assist this super mutant, we get to push the Brotherhood of Steel one step farther down the track. Might be something the Ghoul can do, but I think the super mutant might beat him to it getting to the Vertibird. So that is a shaky lead. Let's take a look now at 67. And 67 is Vault Rumors. Every year, new unfortunates appear out of the Wasteland claiming to have been banished from an underground bunker made before the war by a company called Vault Tech. Perhaps it is worth investigating. So the first option, many of the Vault exiles are caught by raiders. You might be able to get something off of one of them. Kill any bandit or any raider. That's going to give you an agenda card, and that would be worth getting an agenda card. All right, let's take a look at the other options. And there's not really much point keeping this secret, because it's just if you kill any raider, you basically get an agenda card. Stage 68, we don't know what 68 is anyway. The other option is see if you can find an old exile who will sell you information. Do a quest action at any settlement, and you spend 4 caps, you get an agenda card. Stage 69 in trash. So that's Vault Rumors. So we have a shaky lead, and we have Vault Rumors. And our Ghoul still has another complete action to do. And I really don't like being next to this Super Mutant skirmisher, even with my newly found metal armor. That is just not what we want. So we have another complete action we can perform, and I think we're going to do just that. We're going to do a move action, and I think we're going to move closer to Vault 84. So we're going to take 1 movement here, and let's actually take 1 movement here. So we're kind of situated centrally. We can do a bunch of other things. Now I could have camped and got some health back and done Grognok the Barbarian, getting some experience, but I really want to get away from the Super Mutant skirmisher. He is bad news. 3rd level, and he would do me enough damage almost to kill. If he hits me 4 times, I'd be dead. So I'm just getting out of his way. Up next is the Super Mutant. Gee, I wonder what he's going to do now with a shaky lead and Vault Rumors appearing on the board. Well, it's pretty easily figured out what he's going to do. He's going to do a move action, and then he's going to do the quest action, a shaky lead. So his move action, he's going to move into this rough terrain, which costs 2 movement to go into red terrain. He is now at the Vertibird crash, so he will fulfill the first part of a shaky lead. So let's take a look at it, and he will be doing that. And I hope this is all focusing nicely for us. I think it is, looking through the viewfinder. All right, it says a Super Mutant. Nope, go help any Enclave survivors instead. So their Super Mutant is at the wreck. He's taking a quest action right now, which is going to move the Enclave 1 step farther down the track. And then we're going to place a shield at Project Purity, which is an Enclave member. He gets 3 XP, then he's going to stage 49, 112 and trash this card. So let's go ahead and do all those things. He's just completed that quest. And so with the Super Mutant completing that quest at the Vertibird site, we are going to move the Enclave one step farther down the track as well. So now the Enclave and the Brotherhood of Steel are tied again on the same piece of the track. All right, up next is placing a shield at Project Purity. So there's going to be another one there. All right, so this place is getting crowded with Enclave soldiers. Ooh, and there's 2 of them there now. So that takes care of that. And now the Super Mutant gets 3 XP. Wow, that is tons. Let's go and give the Super Mutant 3 XP. And the Super Mutant is happy about that, getting the experience points. He gets 3 of them. You do them all at once. That's the official ruling from Fantasy Flight. 1, 2, 3. So we have leveled up once and we're back to the S. So basically 1 experience, 2 experience, 3 experiences. You do all your experience first, and then you do how many level ups come. Well, how do we level up? Well, Super Mutant reaches into the handy-dandy Crown Royal bag of excitement, pulls out 2 tokens that we don't know what they are. He flips them over. He gets endurance and intelligence. What does he want? I think he's going to take endurance. He is now a strong and with lots of endurance and agile. The intelligence goes back in the Crown Royal bag of excitement for another time. So that's the Super Mutant leveling up. Next on the card, we have to stage 49 and 112. All right, so once again, I'll have some semi-hidden material here. 1 more silver dollar. This is 49. It says the survivors explain that they are mostly scientists critical to the Enclave's current mission. Retake the Wasteland for humankind. They're saying this to a Super Mutant. Okay. In order to contain their work, they need someone to make contact with the Enclave to request a medevac. All right, so there's 2 options. You can report their location to Enclave soldiers, which doesn't take any kind of action. You just report their location to Enclave soldiers. Huh. All right, let's take a look at the other option. Oh, and I spoke too quickly. You have to go to the Project Purity space and do a quest action or a space with an Enclave member and pass a Perception Intelligence 4 check. So that's what you need to do. If you do either of those things, you will increase the Enclave's influence in the Wasteland +1. All right, now let's look at the second option. And the second option here is report the Enclave's emergence and this looming threat to the Brotherhood of Steel. That might be what we want to do as the Ghoul. Okay, because if we do that, if we go to the tower and we do quest action there, then it's going to increase Brotherhood of Steel influence by 1. So it looks like we're at opposing forces between the Ghoul and the Super Mutant. All right, that was 49 staged, and the next one, if I'm not mistaken, I forget the number, 112. So let's take a look at 112. And I hope this is focusing. It's a little hard to see. Growing pains. A recent group of raiders have started to hunt the local game for sport, leaving little food for a fledgling settlement. In some nearby hills, they ask for whatever assistance you can spare. So the settlement is asking us to take care of raiders, I'm assuming. Dispose of the raiders' leader. It says kill a level 2 or higher raider. So that's option 1, and then you will get, an agenda card. Loot ×2, and then you stage 114 and trash this card. All right, let's take a look at the other option. I guess we can do that right here. We can provide some food for the settlement. If we do that, we need to go out and kill a level 2 or higher bug, and that will satisfy this. If we do that, we're going to get an agenda card and 3 caps, stage 113, and trash this card. So yeah, not much hidden information on this one. So we can try, I guess it's like a side quest, we can try helping the locals get rid of either the leader or provide them with food by getting rid of a level 2 or higher bug. Okay, is that it? I think that was it for the Super Mutant completing that. Let's zoom out and have a the end of the round take place. All right, it's agenda time, which means we're going to pull an agenda card and the creatures on the board will activate. What's going to activate this time? Brotherhood of Steel is going to activate, and Super Mutants. I am so glad as the Ghoul that I moved away from that guy. That was extremely bad news. All right, let's do that in order. So Brotherhood of Steel is going to move first. They are right here. We're still, nobody's friends with them, so they're coming after both of us, and I think the closest one's probably the Ghoul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, the Ghoul's closest. Anyway, they're going to go on here. So now we have a Brotherhood of Steel, and we have a Bounty Hunter. All right, that takes care of the first movement, and the Super Mutant moves next. He is only 1, 2 away from this Super Mutant, and he is a long ways away from the Ghoul, so he's going to move right up here, gunning for the Super Mutant. So I guess the Super Mutant skirmisher doesn't like the reformed Super Mutant that's wandering around the Wasteland, making life difficult for him or his clan. And that's going to be the end of our episode for today. It's gone on quite long enough. I hope I haven't messed up any rules and such. If so, I will attempt to leave notes if I catch them. If not, please check the comments, because I have been known on the rare, extremely rare occasion to make a minor mistake in one of my playthroughs. Yes, inside joke. If you've watched my playthroughs any length of time, you know it is not my way to have a flawless playthrough. I try. I really do try. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, your subscriptions, and likes. Really appreciate it. This is once again Fallout, the board game. I am doing a 2-player game this time. We are playing from the perspective of the Ghoul. Our agenda card, we're looking for an armor item that has an exactly 2 armor or a 3 armor to give us bonus points. And I think now we need to start looking for extra agenda cards. If we want to win this game, we need to get 10 influence. We only have basically 1 at the moment. We're not 100% sure what the Super Mutant is up to. I think he's siding with the Enclave. I'm, as the Ghoul, more tempted to side with Brotherhood of Steel. So there's a bit of a race going on between the two of us for points. Anyway, so thanks so much. And like I said, if I mess things up, I'll try to leave bubble notes or notes at the bottom when I catch them. If not, check the comments. So once again, thanks so much all for watching along. Fallout, the board game. We're playing the Capital Wasteland 2-player with the Ghoul and the Super Mutant.